Welcome to my weapon and shield tank build, you tanky bastards. This build is all about playing defensively and punishing enemies with nasty damage over time effects. Also, I do not have any specific weapon in mind for this build because you can play with any single-handed weapon. My choice is Mace because Mace can block elemental attack with its Mace Infusion skill that can be learned in Berg from the trainer near the blacksmith. Usually you cannot block elemental projectile type spells, so we are going to use Mace Infusion to block it and then turn that against our attackers with Gong Strike. Gong Strike and Fire Infusion are learned from Spellblade trainer in your hometown, the very first village.
Amber, my friend.
To use Fire Infusion you need Warm Boon. This boon can be learned in Levant from Smooth the Tailor.
Yes.
Next to all of that we're gonna need Enrage Boon and also Feral Strikes from Hunter Trainer in Berg. Last skill that I'm using is called Counter Strike and can be learned from Warrior Monk in Monsoon. It's an optional thing, if you want you can go for it, if not, it doesn't really matter that much. This also means that breakthrough points are going to be used on Spellblade, Hunter and Warrior Monk trainers. That means increase in health, stamina and mana slightly. As for mana, I went with only 3 points into that because I didn't feel like I need more than 75 mana in total. Even that seemed too much at times. As for the equipment, as I've already said, it is up to you which weapon you are going to use. I suggest using best weapon at the time that you have. That's one of many good things about this build, the fact that you can switch weapons and it won't affect the build at all. This gives lots of flexibility against some enemies that are extremely vulnerable to specific type of elemental attack or maybe bleeding. Since we are playing as a tank, we need protection. So get any type of armor that offers protection. I also went with strong box backpack that offers 2 additional protection. As for the shield, use the one that has highest impact resistance. Build works like this. We put both Enrage and Warm Boon. After that we use Fire Infusion to create fire effect that puts burning on enemies. What comes next depends on how many enemies and what type of enemies we are facing. If we are facing one tough enemy, then best thing you can do is use Feral Strikes. That will inflict extreme bleeding and burning on an enemy, if enemy can be ignited. Now you only need to be patient until the enemy dies. Feral Strikes also inflict pain, which means that enemy will receive more physical damage if you hit them again. So you can block and strike in the meantime to finish off the enemy faster. If we are facing more than one enemy, then the best thing you can do is align them somehow that they are close to each other and then use Gong Strike. Gong Strike releases the infused element and does corresponding status effect, which in this case is burning. So you can put burning on everyone in front of you, as long as they are close enough. That's all there is to it. High protection should keep you safe and shield should keep you even safer. Damage over time will take care of enemies eventually, so be patient and do strikes in between that can speed up the process. Do not forget that also you can combine Mace Infusion and Gong Strike to immediately infuse Mace with an element and then release it through Gong Strike, dealing damage to enemies and inflicting corresponding status effect. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed the build and see you all soon.